my dream that I had this morning, I'm Travis Goodsell, by the way, if you didn't know. About 9:01, and the sign in the heaven over the weekend for Father's Day, which is going to be over all the old world, the annual annular solar eclipse. And with the death threats that the lawyers for the church have given me, and others who have given me death threats, I of course, being Mormon, born and raised, 50 years now, am reminded of this passage of Scripture. 3 Nephi, chapter 1. Starting in verse 4. And it came to pass that in the commencement of the 92nd year, behold, the prophecies of the prophets began to be fulfilled more fully. Oh, and remember, I've been telling you guys about how everything's encoded in the church. The Doctrine and Covenants, that's got the Wikipedia page. List of names encoded in the Book of Mormon, or Doctrine and Covenants. And I've shown you how the Book of Mormon, therefore, also has this encoding. And the Joseph Smith translation has the encoding. And Joseph Smith history has the encoding. They all have the encoding. And so, for there began to be greater signs and greater miracles wrought among the people. But there were some who began to say that the time was past for the words to be fulfilled. I can testify to that. As people have been telling me on my old channel with the one video that has just dwarfed everything. Over 26,000 views. The signs of going to Missouri, which were spoken by Samuel the Lamanite. And they began to rejoice over their brethren, saying, Behold, the time is past, and the words of Samuel are not fulfilled. Therefore your joy and your faith concerning this thing hath been vain. And it came to pass that they did make a great uproar throughout the land, and the people who believed began to be very sorrowful. Yeah, I shed some tears when I wrote my goodbye letter to Karen, lest by any means those things which had been spoken might not come to pass. But behold, they did watch steadfastly for that day, and that night, and that day, which should be as one day, as if there were no night, that they might know that their faith had not been in vain. So yeah, that's a code. It's not a real thing. And it came to pass that there was a day set apart by the unbelievers. Now remember, I told you, if Oberg sides with the church and orders for them, my life is in danger. This is why this passage came to mind immediately. Now it came to pass that there was a day set apart by the unbelievers, that all those who believed in those traditions should be put to death, except the sign should come to pass, which had been given by Samuel the prophet. Now it came to pass that when Nephi, the son of Nephi, saw this wickedness of his people, and in Mormonism, when you go through for the first time in the temples to get your endowments, you are given a new name. And it's supposed to be kept secret. Men can't tell their wives even. But men know their wives because they bring their wives through the veil. So they have to know their wife's new name. And there's a site that if you've forgotten your new name, you can go to it and find what date it was that you went through the temple. Just saying. Saw this wickedness of his people, his heart was exceedingly sorrowful. And it came to pass that he went out and bowed himself down to the earth, and cried mightily to his God in behalf of his people, yea, those who are about to be destroyed because of their faith in the traditions of their fathers. Do I need to go into more explanation here? I did it on the other video, a couple videos ago. Fathers, what is this weekend? And it came to pass that he cried mightily unto the Lord all that day. And behold, the voice of the Lord came unto him, saying, 9:01 a.m. Lift up your head and be of good cheer, for behold, the time is at hand. 9:01. And on this night shall be the sign, be given. I think it, let's see, yeah, it will be nighttime when it occurs in Jerusalem and the old world when it happens, because it's in the morning. At 9:01. Holy crap. It never even occurred to me when I had the dream. Because it's at 9 o'clock in the morning when... Holy crap! Holy crap! Huh! The time is at hand, and on this night, because it'll be night here in America, when it happens over in the old world. And so a day and a day without a night because of the whole world being involved in it. Doing some pounding. Holy crap. And on this night shall be the sign be given. And on the morrow come I into the world, to show unto the world that I will fulfill all that which I have caused to be spoken by the mouth of my holy prophets. And there were many who had not believed the words of the prophets, who fell to the earth and became as if they were dead, for they knew that the great plan of destruction which they had laid for those who believed in the words of the prophets had been frustrated, for the sign which had been given, oh, I'm going to cry, was already at hand. And they began to know that the Son of God must shortly appear, yea, and find all the people upon the face of the whole earth, from the west to the east, both in the land north and in the land south, were so exceedingly astonished that they fell to the earth. I don't know which verse in 45. Verse 49. And the Lord shall utter his voice, and all the ends of the earth shall hear it. and the nations of the earth shall mourn. And they that have laughed shall see their folly, and calamity shall cover the mocker, and the scorner shall be consumed. I wasn't expecting to cry. And they that have watched for iniquity shall be hewn down and cast into the fire. And then shall the Jews, like I've been telling you, it's all encoded. The Book of Mormon passage involves this same passage. Look upon me and say, what are these wounds? Then shall they know that I am the Lord. For I will say unto them, these wounds are the wounds with which I was wounded in the house of my friends. And then shall they weep because of their iniquities. Then shall they lament because they persecuted their king. At that day shall the parable be fulfilled which I spake concerning the 10 virgins. Crunch time.